Hey guys, before we get on with this review, I'd like to give a very special thank you to Billet Bob's Ammunition. Billet Bob Ammunition supplied us with every bit of the 9mm ammunition we'll use in this video today, so a very special thank you to them. They are a family-owned and operated business. They make some really, really great ammunition. I bought from them multiple times, but this time they sent me all this with them for free, just to sponsor the channel a little bit, so I appreciate them as that. You get 100% free shipping with every single order, which shipping can kill a deal 100%. If you all would like to check them out, I'll be leaving a link in the description below to their website. Swing by, give them a checkup, and see what all they've got to offer. Guys, once again, a very special thank you to Billet Bob's Ammunition. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, we're back. Once again, today we're going to be reviewing the Timney trigger for the MP5. This is a two-stage trigger. First stage is 2 pounds, second stage is 2 pounds, and this is for the MP5. So before we get started with this video, very special thank you to Timney Triggers. I actually reached out to them and requested to review this product. They didn't actually get with me first. I actually wanted to review it myself because I've heard some very mixed, guess you'd say, opinions on this trigger. And I was just wanting one, to be honest with you, for my H&K SP5 and SP5K, and I just wanted to see what it was like. So I hollered at them, and they give me a really quick response and sent me one out to review for you all. So once again, a very special thank you to Timney Triggers. But as you all know, I'm very honest with all my reviews. It doesn't matter if I get something for free or whatever else, but there was no money exchange, but the only thing they did was send me this trigger. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on with the review. Also as well, here as you can see is the Magpul SL grip module. I did buy this myself, and I did buy the ambidextrous lever on it as well, because the Timney trigger will not fit in the normal H&K SP5 lower. It might fit in some of the other ones that actually has it cut out here like this, but where this is the navy cutout, or the H&K one is the navy cutout, I had to go and buy a own lower. So this review kind of will touch on this lower itself, but this is something that you have to do whenever you buy that Timney trigger, because it will not fit in the navy lowers or the FBI lowers that are such as this one right here that come with the new H&K SP5s and SP5K PDWs. So let's go ahead and get on with the review. So guys, once again, they did send me this, and to be honest with you, a few of the opinions I did see before reaching out to them was that some people said that they hated this trigger, some people said that it wasn't worth the money, and some people said just don't buy it. Other people did say that they did enjoy it and that it was worth the money, and that it just went back and forth. So that's why mainly I reached out to them, just to have my own opinion about it, and to give you all a very clear opinion on what I think about it. So this is a two-stage trigger like we talked about a minute ago. You have a pull here with it. There's one wall and there's the other. The secondary wall, you pretty much breathe on it and it goes off. Your release is here, and then you're back on that first wall and then the secondary, and there it is. So very interesting reset with this gun. That was, to me, that is probably the biggest con about this, is that reset, because it's not a forceful reset. You really have to let your trigger or your finger off the trigger and let all weight off of it before it will go forward, instead of like some of the Geisleys, how it will push your finger off of the trigger if you're talking about a, say for instance, AR-15 trigger or whatever else. That is probably my biggest gripe with this. Now, that being said, the trigger in itself, the trigger pull and everything else is amazing. I mean, you have that really quick 2 pound and then another 2 pound, and it goes off. 100% better than the normal H&K trigger in here. And something else I found as well, which you can see in some of the videos here in a second, is that this thing right here will make your SP5 run, or MP5, whatever clone that you have, run very, very quickly. That's something that I was really looking forward to seeing, is how quick I can actually get this gun to run now that I have a really good match trigger in it. And that was something that we did find out, is that you can get this thing to spit out the rounds as quick as you can pull the trigger, which I know that's cliche because that's with any semi-automatic. But at the same time, a great trigger really does make the gun even leaps and jumps better than what it once was. let me grab my H&K SP5K PDW really quick, and I will show you all what I'm referencing with this. So, and both of these guns have been registered with the ATF. This one right here, his tax stamp has already came back. Still waiting on this boys right here, but this is a registered short-barreled rifle with the ATF. So as you can see here, here's the take-up. Very long, kind of Glock-like trigger, or per se a Tavor X95. That meets what I'm looking for more than a Glock. So yes, Tavor X95. Long trigger pull. And here's your reset. Very long reset as well. Well, this one right here, as you all seen a minute ago, once you pulled that trigger, I mean, the reset was quick if you can make your finger go quick enough, but it's not going to throw it off like the H&K did. But just hitting that wall, as soon as that trigger resets, it makes this going so very much quicker. And to me, guys, yes, you're looking at a $400 for the trigger, and trigger packs can run anywhere between, I think this right here I got on Brownells for a really good deal. They had the lower for like $40 and the ambidextrous safety selector for like $20. So I got around $60, $70 in every bit of this, so I was pretty happy with that. One thing to know though, probably another gripe of mine, is that you do have to take parts out of your original H&K lower to make this work. Very simple. I am a gunsmith, not a H&K gunsmith, but I'm a gunsmith in Glock and AR-15s, and it was pretty easy for me. I think that it would be pretty easy for anybody, especially they have a video online, multiple actually, that show you how to do that. And I was going to put one on here myself, but at the same time, YouTube keeps on going back and forth with that pretty heavily, so I'd just rather stay away from that, look up somebody else's video that's already on it. But you have to put your extractor spring, I believe is what it is, maybe, or something in there. I don't know exactly what it's called, so I don't want to tell you all wrong. But it's just like one straight bar and the spring, and that's pretty much it. So it's not really gunsmith worthy. I think that anybody that's got a little bit common sense can do it. So that being said, just look it up, and that would be your best bet on that. So with this H&K, or the Magpul lower, a lot of people say for the H&K SP5s that you have to do a little bit of a not welding, but chiseling here on the front of the metal, not on the actual H&K gun itself, but on this part. And to me, this thing matched up pretty easily, to be honest with you. I mean, you wrote it in there, put it up, and it fit really well without the trigger housing in it. But once you put the trigger in it, I did have to compress this together pretty hard to get this on here. But once I did get it on here, and I have ran 200 rounds through it since then, and it did work fine. So that is very great to see. I mean, I was kind of worried about that because of how much pressure I had to put on this to mold them together. But at the same time, once we put 200 rounds through it like we have already, it's good enough in my book for me to feel comfortable with this and make sure that it's going to fire every time. We had no fares at all, no light primer strikes, and we was using Billet Bob ammunition. Once again, very special thank you to them for supplying the ammunition in this video. And they have some really good ammunition, don't get me wrong. But we had no fares at all with any of the ammunition. Good primer strikes every time. I checked about a handful of the rounds that was spitting out, and they all looked perfect. There's nothing wrong at all with them, so it was great to see that. Over here on the other side, though, you have a little bit of different of the lever, but you still have the same pictogram on the other side of it. Grip to me feels really good, and plus too as well, you can store your tax stamp or whatever else up here in the grip module if you'd like to. But overall though, guys, I 100% recommend this trigger. It is just it's a winner in my book. See, I mean, you literally breathe on the thing and it goes off. The biggest con though is that trigger reset. I mean, so you think it might have let out, but it's still an audible reset, which I really do like, but it's just not really tactile at all. I'm not for certain why that they couldn't get it a little bit more forceful, pushing your finger forward, I guess you would say. But at the same time, whenever you're looking at this, you're looking at $400 for the trigger, and for the trigger packing, we're between $60 to $100, even if not more, depending on which one you get. But that being said, I do believe it is worth the money. If they said I have to send this back and buy another one, would I? Yes, I would. Because this trigger is just leaps and bounds above the H&K trigger that they put in here. Reliability speaking, no, I don't have nowhere near as many rounds through it as I would like to whenever it comes to speaking 100% on the reliability. But we did fire 200 rounds through this thing and never had a single failure one at all. So that kind of speaks for itself. I mean, 100% reliability with the ammunition that was fired through it. So that is good enough for me to use this as a home defense gun. But just the trigger in itself and the speed that I can shoot with this gun now accurately, and accuracy is a big thing about it. With that H&K trigger, that very long throw, you can pull your shot to the left or right. It's not going to be that noticeable at up to 15 or 20 yards, but we stepped back at 75 yards with this gun here, and I was bringing a man-sized target with 9mm full metal jacket 115 every single time. So that was pretty impressive on mine, and with this really good optic that we have on here, the Promethean LP1 by Lead and Steel. But that trigger made the difference. I have tried to take that shot before with the normal H&K trigger, and I have thrown some shots at that range. But with that really good two-stage trigger that's in this now, I mean, I feel like I could take on the world with this thing. But I mean, it really blew my mind on how much weight it redacted off of the normal trigger, and just the trigger itself looks really good. I love the feel of it. Fits my finger very, very well, and just everything together with this setup here, I really did enjoy. I did like the mag pull lower. Some people do not like them at all, but I did not have a single problem with it. One, they feel really good in the hand, really good and grippy. I mean, you can see there with one hand, and you can hold it just exactly how you need to. But overall though, guys, if you're looking for this trigger, I 100% recommend it. I think Timney done a really good job on it, and rewatching some of the videos, I don't see where some of the people was coming at. Once again though, I did receive this for free, but I will speak my 100% honest opinion, and I do think it is worth it. Mainly though, guys, just like I was saying, it's leaps and bounds above the H&K trigger, and that makes a difference in my book. And plus two, this is a $3,000 gun, if not more than that, and I want it to have a good trigger, especially if I want to get as close as I can to full auto with it still being semi-automatic. So guys, that being said, once again, a very special thank you to Timney Triggers for sending me this trigger to review, and a very special thank you to Billet Bob's Ammunition for all the ammunition that we did use in this video today. But guys, appreciate y'all viewing as always. Like and subscribe for more gun reviews, and I'll see y'all in the next video.